National Hockey League went?
Yeah, obviously it happened really quick, but great experience. Got a few games under the belt, so definitely gives me a game plan on what to work on this off season, but also the confidence coming in next season that I can play in this league. Obviously, it's the best league in the world, so just having that confidence is going to be huge going into next year.
What will that game plan be for the offseason?
I think just kind of poise, making plays, and being comfortable holding on to some pucks. I think it definitely developed over the course of the season, and I think continuing to develop that, and also just continue to develop net front scoring ability. I think that's one of my strengths, and something I can continue to work on.
You still on track to graduate this summer?
It seems like it. So I got 2 classes I got to get back to. So hopefully work something out with the professors, but definitely on track, and hopefully I can walk in graduation.
I mean, what was this last month or so been like for you, where you go from college and you're trying to finish up homework, playing in the NHL? Like, are you going to take some time to kind of decompress mentally after it's all finished?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's really important. You know, you need to have some time away from the game a little bit, and just being a normal college student. So obviously, senior spring's a special time, and my teammates, I think they have a party that they're attending right now. So, you know, doing all those things and really just closing out my experience at Notre Dame. Obviously, that place has a special place in my heart. So, saying goodbye to that place, saying goodbye to some close friends. So it's going to be emotional, but also just exciting time.
What surprised you most about the NHL, or what were your biggest takeaways?
Honestly, nothing really surprised me. It was I wouldn't say what I was expecting, but at the end of the day, it is hockey. It's still a hockey locker room, some good group of guys. So it's awesome learning from the veteran presence in the locker room with Foligno and Johnson and those guys. So honestly, I was just a sponge and trying to learn from those guys and what they have to offer. They have some great experiences. So I think just getting my feet wet and getting used to it. But no, nothing really kind of stood out. I think the food options, I think I was talking to some people about that. But honestly, it is what you dream of growing up. So I think to finally be here is special.
I guess just in reference to your summer training plan, it was maybe the difficulty kind of holding the puck and dealing with how good guys are defensively and with their stick and everything. Was that something that stood out?
Yeah, 100%. I think the positioning is something that you notice right away. Everyone's in the right spots, and like you said, everyone's really good with their sticks. So making strong plays with the puck, you know, you gotta earn the trust of the coaching staff, and I think I did that with my play away from the puck and you know, just being in the right spots. So I think that's the biggest thing, just getting more comfortable with those guys. You obviously, you know, everyone's good. Everyone can make a defensive play. So finding a way to work on false information, that's something I talked with Brian Keane about, just, you know, how much that, you know, giving a little information one direction and doing something else, how much that really opens up the ice for you. You know, you see these top guys in the league, the guys that have success, they're so good at doing that. I think finding a way to add some of that to my own game.
How do you work on that in the off season? Like improving down low, is it strength, is it technique?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. I think it's just getting some reps to, you know, it's hard to simulate that in off season, just the competitive aspect of it, because obviously game speed is a little different. So I think I got a good group back home, though. My brother's going to be back for the summer, so a couple guys finishing up their degrees as well at Notre Dame. So we'll have a good pro group there, and hopefully can get some compete and just kind of force each other to make some plays under some pressure.
When you make a play like you did the other night against Kopitar, can plays like that give you confidence, where like you grew up watching those players, but it's like, you know, you're going toe to toe with them and you can make plays against those kinds of players?
100%. Yeah, I think you don't really realize it when you're out there on the ice. It's just another guy out there. Obviously, it ended up being Kopitar in that instance, but you know, it just shows that you can compete with these guys. It obviously is a very hard league. There's some great players, but you know, like I said, just getting the confidence that you can succeed at this level and make those plays.
You had success obviously at Notre Dame, but what did you learn from a situation like this when you're losing?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously it's frustrating. No one wants to lose, and but I think there's a lot of learning to come from it. I think just these past few weeks I've learned a lot, and just trying to, you know, it does stink losing. It's no fun. It doesn't feel good. So how can you turn it around? How can you learn from these experiences and make it a positive? I think it's a hard thing to do. I think it's frustrating for the guys in that room who who've been here the whole year and had to put up with it. But I think, staying positive, taking some good that's come out of this year and finding ways that we can improve so this doesn't happen again.
When you were at Notre Dame and you hadn't signed your entry-level contract yet, are you looking at the Blackhawks and you see Bedard, you see the pieces that are coming, and you're like, man, I can't wait to get there to help be part of what they're building over there?
For sure, I was definitely trying to be where my feet were at and be present at Notre Dame, finish up what I started there. But yeah, you definitely look to the future a little bit, see the prospects coming up. The future is bright. Obviously playing against some of those guys in the Big Ten that obviously playing Frank a few times, playing Ollie Moore and Sam Renzel. There's some great players and some excitement. You got to be excited for those guys because there's some great players, but also great people as well. That's what I've learned coming to the development camps and stuff, and meeting these guys. There's some really good character guys coming up the ranks. So I think that's what's most exciting because obviously you want a good product on the ice, but that starts with a good culture in the room, and I think that's where things are trending, which is exciting.
Have you picked up any like little personality traits from your interactions with those guys? Like one guy's feisty, one guy's jetty.
Yeah, you learn just how guys are, different guys. Everyone's a little different, but just some great dudes. Honestly, it's been fun. Frankie was my roommate on this last trip, so getting to know him a little better. Obviously, you compete with those guys on the ice and against them, so to get to know him a little better, it's been fun, and yeah, just some really good dudes coming up.
This might be a better question for training camp, but how grateful are you to get all the milestones maybe out of the way? First point, first goal, first game, and now you're just going to go win the business.
Yeah, 100%. I think it takes some weight off the shoulders for sure. Just getting that first one was huge. Obviously, it wasn't in the fashion that I wanted it to be in an important game, but obviously just having that relief and also the confidence, like we were saying, just I can make those plays, can succeed at this level. So definitely takes a little stress going into next year.
Did you learn anything from the way the season finale ended about like what it takes to secure a win in the NHL? Like you guys had it in the bag.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, 100%. I think that just goes to show how good teams are, how good individual players are, because anything can happen in a game. Nothing's secure. You think back to even our game against San Jose on the road when they were up 4-0, and just like that we came back and ended up winning in overtime. So really shows like no game is safe, no lead's too big, because the players here are really good and their guys can make plays, and a game can change in a dime just like that. So it is it's obviously it's frustrating that game didn't end up going our way, but definitely something to learn from.
We've talked to some of the other veterans as they've come through about the leadership in the room here. You were the captain at Notre Dame. You were the senior that people were looking to for the experience and the guidance and the voice. And then, 72 hours later, you're the freshman.
For sure.
Listen to other guys. What was it like going from being the guy that people looked to as a captain to then being, I guess, the bottom of the totem pole?
Yeah, I think it's all relative, right? Going from being in college, the guy that I was hoping to be a guy that others could learn from, and I'm on the opposite end of that here. I'm learning from other guys, so it is cool to have both in such a short time frame, like you said. So I think it is unique to be on the other side of it, but also so special because you do have those. I think my time at Notre Dame, being the captain, being a leader, was so valuable for me and my development both on and off the ice. So I think to be on the other end of that and learning from these guys, it's so special, and I honestly, it's just been a great experience learning from guys like Nick Foligno and Dickinson and Johnson. Just like I think they're great human beings and great leaders. So to step into a room like this and learn from them is pretty special.